All right, let's get more on this with Election Management Services Executive Chairman Tselane. And Tselane, thank you very much for joining us. Now, you worked for the IEC for quite a long time, even becoming its leader very recently. How did you find this election? How was it handled by the IEC, would you say?
Well, take in consideration the fact that there were only 24 where the elections were being contested. I think the Commission would have the capacity to manage the process quite smoothly. It is one of those processes that obviously help the Commission in terms of refining its systems to make sure that by the time it goes to the municipal elections in 2021, its systems are intact and they are able to manage all other processes. And it's interesting because this is the second by-election since COVID started. You may recall that when COVID started, most of the by-elections were suspended. So clearly now the Commission is beginning to have the capacity to manage the electoral processes even during COVID times. It was always a worry that if democracy gets postponed due to a pandemic, then it means democratic rights of citizens would actually be compromised. But I'm glad that the Commission now has reached a point where it has refined its system, it knows how to operate within COVID circumstances, and the elections, as we have seen, they went smoothly.
Now, 34.56% is a low voter turnout, according to their own statement as the IEC. Next year, as you alluded, is the municipal elections. We, of course, expect a higher turnout. What would you advise the Electoral Commission does to ensure that there's voter safety by the time we get there next year?
Well, democratic process is a joint responsibility. It's a joint responsibility between the election administration body as well as the political parties and civil society. So it is going to be important for the IEC as well as the political parties to try to go to the communities to get as many people as possible to get interested in the electoral process, because the legitimacy of the elections is determined by the number of people who basically turn out in those elections. So if you have a lower voter turnout, to a certain extent it will affect legitimacy of an election. So it is important, therefore, that everyone who is involved, those who are doing voter education, the civil society organizations, as well as the political parties, they must be able to incite and excite people to be able to be part of the process.
Well, thank you very much. Unfortunately, we have to leave it there. Thank you for your time, Tselane. That's Tselane, the Election Management Services Executive Manager. Now